In this video, we will be discussing the forces that are applied upon a skier as they go through a turn, as well as Newton's 3 laws and how they apply to this situation. The applied force is the force applied by the skier into their ski and then into the ground. The force applied up the hill from the legs to the snow causes a reaction force down the hill due to Newton's third law of motion. In a breakdown of the forces acting on a skier going down the gate, the forces can be shown in x and y components. The normal force is perpendicular to the hill, so it has both an x and a y component. The reaction force is parallel, so it also has an x and y component. The gravity force, however, goes straight down, so it only has a y component. When these separate axis forces are added, you end with a positive net force in the x-axis in the direction away from the hill, and a positive net force in the y-axis in the direction towards the finish. Therefore, when the forces are greater in the direction towards the finish and away from the hill, an acceleration can occur, and this acceleration will be greater when you have a larger reaction force, which requires you to push harder against the hill.
As stated earlier, the force is applied as high on the turn as possible to force the body down the hill with as much momentum as possible. As the ski progresses through the turn, the force is redirected with the ski's natural arc across and down the hill. The bending of the ski throughout this section of the turn is where a force is stored that can be released later to redirect the ski into the new turn. It is also where you can see the start of spray. Spray equals a loss in energy. In this shot, there are many forces acting on the skier. The first being the force of gravity, pulling the skier directly down the hill. The second being the force of normal. Due to the slope of the hill, the normal force will also give the skier momentum in the downward direction. There is also the reaction force. Knowing Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So by pushing on the ski outward, the reaction force will propel the skier's body across the hill towards the next turn. Throughout the turn, force is being lost in the transfer of energy from the body to the ski to the snow and then finally to the earth and back again. The loss of force can be seen in the spray of snow coming off the ski, seen here. At the bottom of the turn, the energy built up in the ski earlier in the turn is then released to help redirect the skier across the hill and into the next turn. The net force acquired throughout each connective turn is what accelerates the skier down the hill in the fastest time possible.